I'm going to start this evaluation off with something I have never seen before in my life. A defensive end hurdling a blocker on his way to creating a quarterback pressure. This is why I'm so excited about Robert Lackman and why I want to break him down for the channel today. That being said, don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Let's get into Robert Lackman's tape and why he is one of the best pass rushers in the European League of Football. And yes, I know I didn't make the sack, but it's still pretty fucking incredible, isn't it? He hurdled a running back. We'll see a lot more of those. But first, we're going to talk about his strengths. And one of those is actually his run impact. Now I know you're thinking, you just said he's a pass rusher, why are you talking about his run fit at the start of the video? But that is exactly the point. When you're looking into him and evaluating him as a pass rusher and looking at his pass rush win rates and such, it's very evident that he's also a very talented run stopper as well. You see a lot of pass rushers have no intent in affecting the run, but he really does take pride in it. He has a high motor, he's ultra aggressive, he has good movement across the line of scrimmage, very lateral, and he does play the running back. He does not constantly just lock in on a quarterback and get done by play actions and read options. He's able to use his instincts very well. He's actually a very instinctual player and is very effective in affecting the run. He's probably one of the most effective defensive ends / rushes in a run game, honestly. And he's 6'4", 250 pounds. So he has the size to play across the line of scrimmage, which we will get to. But he's a phenomenal run player, and it's a very underappreciated and underrated part of Robert Lackman's game. And I don't think any play shows it as much as this one. This is not a great play for him. I want to be very obvious. He does get beat. Holub puts him in the floor. This is a pancake, but he gets up off of the floor to go after the quarterback. I think this is an excellent example of turning a loss into a win. And I love this play. This was a play I wanted to highlight. Even if it seems as if he's getting pancaked, he still is affecting the play, even when he's having a bad snap. Now, I didn't just show you that clip for no reason. It was foreshadowing for his body control. Very good bend, a solid but not elite pad level, but he does have good bend in his ankles and knees, which allows him to control his body. He's also able to take these powerful offensive lineman punches and use that to contort himself and to get himself in better positions to beat the rush. Inside and out, usually prefers outside body control, but he is still a very effective player in this area, and it's a point of emphasis. He's such a good athlete, he was invited to the NFL IPP. A crucial element of this body control is his release. He's extremely explosive off of the release point, and he's able to quite often beat the tackle to positions, meaning that he can also use his flexibility to then go around the edge and complete the sack. We saw many times against the best offensive line, against the Surge or against Munich or against Vienna, where he was able to use this speed to then use his flexibility to then get a sack or a pressure. Very often, this is how Robert gets his plays. Next, I'm just going to touch on a couple of his other defensive line elements. I know normally I structure it as 2 wins and 2 losses, or 3 wins and 2 losses, but I'm kind of just going for a defensive line vibe. His hands. Now, he does have a couple of good moves, but I don't think that he has the deepest pass rush move set in the league. He does have a nice chop, he can rip fairly well, but I think he could use maybe another tool or two in order to elevate himself to that highest level. In terms of the strength in his hands, it's definitely there. You can see the pop he gets on the offensive lineman. It's just if you can add some of this finesse into his power, I think you'll take him a step higher. Another area of his game I think is very high level is his pursuit angles. I touched on it briefly with his run game. He is able to pursue running backs very well. Same goes for quarterbacks. Sometimes they'll slip out of his hands, granted, but all the 3 quarterbacks I watched him against are known to be very good in the pocket, with Ben Holmes, Riley Hennessy, and especially Chad Jeffries, who Robert himself says is one of the slipperiest in the league. I'm going to put this down to more of great quarterback play, because more often than not, he's getting to the player. Okay, let me get into some things I'm not necessarily the biggest fans of, and the first one is probably his strength. Now, hold on, I know I said he's got strength, he can bully tackles, he definitely can, but sometimes when I'm moving him to inside of the edges, usually a 3 to maybe a 5, he does not have the strength to necessarily bully offensive guards. You've seen it a couple times with his pursuit angles and with other places and other clips I've used. He is kind of getting a little bit out-muscled, someone like Hullub or the interior line for the Vikings, and then he makes the play afterwards, which speaks to his great motor and great playmaking ability. However, I do think that his strength is good, not elite. Edge, he was very, very good. You move him inside, I do think that this decreases. I think it's quite noticeable when he's coming against the interior of an offensive line. Now the next one, there isn't really any tape for it because it's injuries. He has never played 10 games in the ELF because he's been hurt. He had stretches this season where he was hurt. He had stretches in Hamburg when he was hurt. He gets hurt. It's hard. It's part of football. I understand that. It's tough to really overcome that. Just part of the game. But availability is the best ability, and it has to be mentioned because a lot of people that I've talked to about Roland Lackman say he's amazing when he can play the game, which is an aspect that needs to be mentioned. And the last point is more of a positive, and I've called it doubles, but it can sometimes be more like triples. A lot of his stuff will not come up on the stat sheet. You will not see when he's getting double teamed or triple teamed by offensive line. He's not going to get the sack numbers or the pressure numbers, but it happens a lot. He demands so much attention from an offensive line. They're routinely doubling or tripling him. This is something that will not show up unless you watch the tape, but this is an aspect that needs to be mentioned. He is so good, he commands offensive lines to slide or to know where if he's on the left side or the right side, so they can adjust to him appropriately. He is the kind of pass rusher that you need to game plan against effectively. And we've seen that with every single team this season he has played against. They have doubled or tripled him. If you look into the numbers, we can see that he had 97 pass rush opportunities with 24 pressures and 32 total wins. With a yards per pass, every time he had a pass rush opportunity, they only averaged 5.5 yards per pass rush snap with a 33% win rate. This is in the elite category. He also had a game grade average of 70. This is the above average grade for a pass rusher, and he did this against the best lines in European football. He is an incredible player. I'm happy to have evaluated him. Been on the list for a while. As of now, he is not re-signed. He might re-sign as I drop this video. He probably will. But it was a fun video to make nevertheless. Hope you guys enjoyed. This took a little bit longer to get out, just so I was so enthralled by the tape and I wanted to do it properly. I wanted to try a little bit of a different style. But thank you for staying and supporting. Much appreciated as always. Thank you and goodbye.